What's up, you guys? Can I just tell you how excited I am to be back on UnBroken with me, Marina Teel. This show is pretty much the reboot of UnBroken. As you know, I've been off for about 8 or 9 months now, just working on some stuff, getting some stuff together. And the thrill in my heart, the fullness of my heart right now for being back live with you guys, I am just so excited. First and foremost, I want to tell you what's going on behind me. Things are happening. Things are amazing. For those of you, for those that do not know, I had moved to Texas approximately a little over a year ago, obviously to be with the love of my life, JD, and we got a house. And in this house was an amazing room inside of a closet. So basically upstairs, you walk through a door, there's a cute little closet, and then you go through another door and there's this huge, huge room. Not an attic, we have an attic. It's a huge room. And the first thing JD had said was like, "Oh my God, this could be your podcast room." So needless to say, it is under construction. Obviously, you can see the insulation foam behind me. And I cannot wait for you guys to be in the process with me, or to see the process of this room becoming the best podcast room ever. I'm just going to say. So I wanted to take you guys on that journey with me in this room. So that is why I am live and filming in this room tonight, because y'all mean so much to me. So for those of you who I don't know, or who are just now tuning in, who I may have just met, I'm just going to give a quick little background. And obviously those that do know me, you already know this, so just sit tight for a few minutes. This is going to be kind of a short show, but not super short. So I moved to Texas about a little over a year ago from Imperial Beach, California. I own a gym, IB Fitness, which we will get into in a few minutes here. And that is pretty much it. Like, I've been in IB since 1995, grew up outside of LA in a little town called Glendora. Started at San Diego State, went on from there, got my master's in forensics, and just decided that that wasn't my jam. Got into the entrepreneurial business, and currently I own IB Fitness in Imperial Beach, California. So with that said, IB Fitness, for all of you guys in IB, in Coronado, Chula Vista, National City, who have not yet heard of us, which I don't know how that's even possible, because it really is pretty much the best gym in South Bay. I'm going to be biased and say all around pretty much, but yeah, we're off of Palm Avenue, 600 Palm Avenue in Imperial Beach, California. And this gym is my heart. It's my soul. Outside of JD and my daughter, it is the epitome of what I am today. Currently, we have about 1,200 members that go there. We are open 24/7. And the best part about all of it is we just got tanning beds in. We have 2 stand-ups and 2 lie-down beds, which are amazing. You do not have to be a member of the gym in order to use those tanning beds. So that is a pretty cool thing that we just added on to the gym. I would describe the gym as a hybrid gym. You have your bodybuilding side, you have your functional training CrossFit side. I like to say that we breed a lot of athletes out of that gym, out of IB Fitness. It's pretty cool. The members that we have there are pretty savage. We have everybody from SEAL team guys, EOD guys, actually Noble athletes, a lot of CrossFit athletes. Our manager, Jen, is a superior CrossFit athlete. She's pretty intense. She does a lot of our classes there. The members are just absolutely amazing. They stood by me through COVID. As some of you may or may not know, I stayed open during COVID. Gotten a little bit of trouble for staying open, but all in all, it ended up great. I met a lot of new people out of it, and things are just strong and steady right now. And you know, the gym is growing more than I had anticipated it would ever grow, which also brought me to Texas, and hopefully maybe opening up some other stuff out here. Just depends on how things go. So yeah, go by, visit, say hi, all that kind of fun stuff. And yeah, get your workout on. And tanning, now that we have tanning. With regards to myself, been working on a lot of stuff. JD and I actually started 75 Hard back on October 3rd. For those of you that don't know 75 Hard, it's a first form uh, program. Andy Frisella, the owner of First Form, put it on, and it's not necessarily a weight loss challenge. It's more of a mental challenge. So you have 75 days of just a strict list. It's called a critical list. And I'll get into the critical list in a second, which is super funny right now for the different phases of 75 Hard. But Jade and I nailed it. We killed it on 75 Hard. It started October 3rd, ended just before Christmas. No drinking at all whatsoever. You have to stick to a diet. You have to take pictures every day. You have to read 10 pages of a book, nonfiction book, of course, something that's going to motivate you, something that's going to push you to the next level. And this 75 Hard was by far the hardest, but yet most beneficial challenge that I personally have ever taken on. I realized so many things about myself that it isn't all just about weight loss and that type of thing, but it's all mental. Everything is mental. And the stuff that I was able to accomplish and do not only within my personal life, but in my work life, though I work from another state, it was eye-opening. And the confidence that you get from the 75 Hard, the feeling of gratitude you have for everything and everybody around you is just one of the most phenomenal things that I have ever been a part of. And the cool thing is I didn't try and get people to, well, JD, I definitely said, listen, buddy, we're going to do this. And he agreed. There was no kickback. We both belong to CrossFit Overtake here in Spring, Texas. We're in Houston, but Spring, Texas is where we live. And we working out twice a day as part of 75 Hard. And we killed it. We nailed it. We worked outside once a day, trained in the CrossFit gym the other part of the day. And back to what I was saying is that family members started jumping into this with us, and the synergy and the effect that everybody has on each person going into this was just amazing. And now it's become like this little 75 Hard community, which I know that there's already a 75 Hard community out there, but within my family, it is just the most fulfilling thing to see every single day. And for those of you, again, who aren't familiar with 75 Hard, you do these things for 75 days. If you screw up at all, if you miss a picture, you have to take pictures every day. The progress is amazing when you do that. Go from day 1 of 75 all the way to the 75th day and look at your progress, and it's truly amazing. And if you do like a flip sideshow type of thing, you literally watch your body just shrink. But again, it's not just about weight loss. It is about the mental challenge. And they talk about that. It's the mental challenge of being able to stick to these things for 75 days. And within the 75 days, when you're done with that, there's 3 phases that come afterwards. And you have a year to complete this entire program. So you work your ass. I'm sorry, your butt off. I'm not allowed to cuss on live, but you work your butt off for 75 days straight on doing the critical list of 7 things, I believe. I don't believe I know, because I'm going to tell you a funny story in a second. So you have your list of 7, and every day you have to log into the app and I did it, that type of stuff. When you're done with 75 days, you have phase 1. You can take time off between 75 days when you finish that and phase 1. It's up to you how long you want to take off. But again, you have an entire year to complete this program. And in phase 1, you have your 75 Hard, and then you add on a one task. So basically, you're going to have 8 tasks for the day, along with a cold shower, whether it's a shower or just a straight cold shower, or as JD loves to do, jump in the pool at 6 o'clock in the morning when it's 41 degrees out, which sucks. I hate him for it, but afterwards, I love him for it, for making me do it. And then you have to do a 10-minute visualization, goal visualization. I don't know why I have a problem saying that word, but on what your goals are going to be, how it's going to be your vision in the next 30 days, in the next 120 days, 6 months, a year, whatever it is it's going to be. So you have to make sure you get these things done. If you don't, you have to start over again. So I think I skipped ahead real quick. The 75 days, if you skip any of the 7 tasks that you're given, you have to start over from day 1. In phase 1, if you skip any of the the things that you have to do in phase one. You have to start over from the 30 days, not 75. But I have a funny story to tell you. I've had to start over twice now in the phase one. And JD has just been kicking ass in the entire phase one scenario. And we had a little hiccup last weekend, which we have to start phase one over again. However, I thought in phase one that you literally had basically you're given an 8. You have to do 8 critical tasks. I thought those 8 critical tasks were on top of the 7 that you already have for 75 hard. So basically you have to do 15 tasks a day. So during phase one, I was getting super overwhelmed. JD and I didn't feel like we were on point together because, we were doing stuff separately from each other. And it was just hard. It was really, really hard. And I was talking to my sister-in-law, I call her my sister-in-law, Jana, and she was reading an email about, from Annie Frisella about the picture taking and how that's the one thing that people fail on with regards to the 75 hard or phase one. she started reading the email and it kept saying the critical task, and a light bulb went off in my head and I was just stunned because I told JD we have to do pretty much 15 things a day and we only have to do 8. So my point is that when we start phase one again, which we're starting on Monday, we only have to add one more thing onto our critical task list rather than another full 8. I think it's a funny story. I hope I'm not the only one that realizes that or that didn't realize that actually did 15 tasks a day. However, it does make me see how you can literally pull off so many things in a day if you manage your time well and you put your mind to it, which is pretty cool. Now, for the next set of phase one, this next set that JD and I start on phase one, I will not be doing 15 extra tasks a day. I will stick to what the program calls for, but the mind and your just everything that you can do without it's an amazing thing what you can actually accomplish when you put your mind to it. And to know that I mean, literally working from home pretty much, I didn't think I before even starting this program, I didn't think I could get half the stuff done that I could in a day. I really didn't, and I did. And the amount of confidence that I gained from even starting phase one, completing 75 hard actually, and starting phase one is phenomenal. And I just encourage everybody to look at Andy Frisella, read what he's about, listen to his podcast. His podcasts are amazing. Read the book 75 Hard. I encourage you to start it. It's just so beneficial, and again, it just rubs off on everybody around you, people that you talk to. And then so going in after phase one, you have phase two, and you have to wait at least 30 days to start phase two. And phase two is just basically going back to 75 hard. You're just concentrating on those 7 tasks that you have to do in 75 hard. But the cool thing or the kicker thing, or I don't even know what you want to call it, is that you cannot start stage or phase 3 until 30 days before the end of when you started 75 hard. So for JD and I, we started on October 3rd. We can't start phase 3 until September 3rd. And the thing about that is if you screw up, you can't go back and start over because you only have 30 days and the program's a year. So it's extremely mental. It's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's super, super hard, but it's pretty amazing when you accomplish all those things. And God, you're just such a badass. I don't know how else to explain it. Like you feel like a badass. JD and I, like I said earlier, we belong to a CrossFit gym out here, CrossFit Overtake, and the family that we accrued there, have just been the biggest supporters of JD and I, and also some of them have gone on to do 75 hard, which is super cool. So I just, for all of you listening, I do want 2023 to be an amazing, amazing year for you. You deserve it. And I encourage you to definitely look at 75 hard, look up Andy Frisella, first form is their supplement company, his past, how he started, what he did, slept in his supplement shop. It's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal story, and if anything, it's extremely motivating. I don't care how old you are. I don't care, where you're at in life. I just it's literally a book and a program and people that you can completely relate to and just completely rebuild your life, which is pretty amazing. And JD and I definitely are ones that can show or be able to promote exactly what's happening because the story is amazing and it's such a good story to tell. So I just wanted to give you guys a little note on what's going on. I know that was quite a bit probably, but I did want to base it on 75 Hard on this reboot because it has literally changed my life. It has changed JD's life. It has changed our family's life. And it's just something that I think that everybody should at least try one time. So in the next episodes coming up, you guys, lots of fun stuff. Uh, good stuff going on in the world right now. Crazy stuff going on in the world right now. Definitely things that I want to talk about. Not necessarily give an opinion about, but just talk about. I want to know feedback. I want to know what other people think. Oh, real quick on that note, I just got, along with JD, we just got our license to carry here in Texas, which pretty amazing feeling because I know we're in California, it's very, very difficult to get that. But I had let one of my friends know that I had gotten it, and it was she was pretty offended by it, that type of stuff. So those are the things I kind of just want to get into. And okay, it's I'm not mad about it, but I want to talk about those things. I want to be open about those things. And I was told recently to, when I'm on this podcast, to speak as though I am the female version of Ronald Reagan. I think Ronald Reagan was the best president we have ever had. I have a lot of respect towards Ronald Reagan. And if I could be an ounce of what Ronald Reagan was when it comes to public speaking, when it comes to people, when it comes to empathy and sympathy and being humble, I'll take it. I will take it. And that when my friend told me that, it definitely hit my heart pretty hard. So that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be on this podcast. So until next week, you guys, enjoy yourselves. Hit up 75 hard. See what it's about. See what you can do for yourselves. I'll see you next week. Be safe. XOXO. Bye.